Greetings metalheads and welcome to No Nonsense Metal Reviews. I'm George and today I have another live killer recommendation for you. Another spectacular live show that absolutely freaking crushes. And if you haven't heard it, then you bloody well need to check it out. And today's band in question, and indeed release in question, comes from Asphyx. Death Doom legends, godfathers of the subgenre, hailing from the Netherlands. This recorded on the 4th of July 2009 in Essen, Germany. This is live Death Doom. Now this was a live recording to promote the album Death the Brutal Way album release show. That album is an absolute crusher. I freaking love that album. It's a real standout. That album marked the return of the great Martin van Drunen back on vocals alongside Paul Bayens on guitars. You had Alwyn, not sure how you actually pronounce his surname, on bass, and then you had Bob Bagkus on drums as well. That's our lineup. Awesome musicians. Straight across the board, these guys are fantastic musicians. Martin van Drunen is one of my favourite death metal vocalists. He's very distinct in his vocal style. But this performance absolutely crushes. As I say, recorded in Essen, Germany, and I have actually watched the DVD because in this particular format, I don't know if you can just get it as a standalone CD, but you've got the DVD and the CD. And I have watched the DVD. It's a really good recording, actually. It's really good footage. It's not kind of like a low quality, blurry, jumping all over the place kind of recording. It's actually really good. And considering it's a few years ago now, actually it really does stand up still. Really interesting little setup they've got going there because it's a very small sort of intimate show and they absolutely deliver. There's so much energy there. You can see it. It's a small sort of club looking kind of setup. Really, really animated. You can see the crowd absolutely freaking love it. And Asphyx absolutely deliver live. I had the pleasure of seeing Asphyx at Incineration Fest in London back in May. They absolutely crushed it. Totally delivered the goods in a deadly fashion. But this sounds great. This is absolutely brilliant. As I say, musicianship, tight, absolutely flawless. You cannot fault it. It's a really long set, actually. I think you get nearly 19 tracks in this set. Just show the guys there. Our legendary lineup. A really long set. Of course, it's very heavily leaning towards the Death the Brutal Way album because obviously it's the album release show. So of course they're gonna include most of, if not all, of the album. I can't quite think of any notable kind of exclusions there, but we've get tracks like Scorbutics, which has such a crushingly groovy riff. Absolutely love that. Proper Death Doom brilliance. Blood Swamp, which is another crusher. We've got Asphyx 2, They Died As They Marched, which is a Death Doom masterpiece. Love the dark, dirgy nature of those riffs. Absolutely crushes. We've got Rifle Gun Redeemer, good death metal number there. We have Cape Horn as well. All good stuff. Absolutely stunning stuff. Just absolutely crushes. And that material stands up really well, very strongly and proud against classics such as Vermin. Absolutely legendary track from the Rack album. We've also got MS Bismarck. Very good stuff. Absolutely crushing. Love those riffs. We've got Asphyx, Forgotten War. Wasteland of Terror, another absolute classic. We've also got The Rack as well. But closing out the set, we've got Rite of Shades and Pages in Blood as well. So you've got some real classics thrown in there for good measure and some real deep cuts as well. Overall, I would say this is absolutely freaking great set. Really good live recording. The quality is really good. It's really well kind of mixed and put together. It just stands the test of time. If you're an Asphyx fan, then you've probably heard this, but if you haven't, then definitely check it out because this is a live killer not to be missed. If you are not familiar with Asphyx, then I would definitely recommend checking out albums such as Death the Brutal Way, but also those classics like The Rack and Last One on Earth. And to be honest, all of the stuff post kind of getting back together, post reunion. So we've got albums like Death the Brutal Way, Death Hammer, Incoming Death. They are just high quality albums, absolutely crushing. Death Doom, it's brilliant stuff. But definitely check out this Live Killer. Absolutely delivers the goods, crushing stuff. It's got that real intimate feeling to it as well. It's the sort of show where you really want to be there. It seems really good natured. Everyone's having a great time. Everyone's just there to see Asphyx delivering some Death Doom brilliance. What more could you want? Grab yourself a copy of this, get yourself a beer, and just headbang along like a lunatic, because that's exactly what I did. So there we have it, a live killer in the form of live Death Doom from death metal legend Asphyx from the Netherlands. Absolutely killer stuff. Particular highlights I will just mention though, the real standouts for me, Scorbutics, because I freaking love that track. Asphyx 2, They Died as They Marched, and I'd probably say Cape Horn actually. That's another brilliant crusher. I really do love Death the Brutal Way album. That's a personal favourite, or one of the personal favourites from that mighty catalogue of the legendary Asphyx. Live Death Doom, a live killer. What are your thoughts and opinions on this killer performance? Have you heard it? If not, check it out. It's freaking worth your time, worth the money, worth the effort. Check it out. Thank you very much for watching, my friends. Do feel free to like and subscribe. Do feel free to share your thoughts and opinions on this particular release. Do check back soon for more reviews and recommendations of all the good heavy things. Above all, my friends, do take care and stay heavy.